Time is real for the one who's trapped in it. The prison is real for the one who's inside it. For the one who's outside, it's just walls. There is something there, but there's no emotional connection. The way a prisoner experiences prison and the way a guard experiences it are two completely different things. It's the same thing, but experientially, there's an ocean of difference. There's no comparison at all. Time is one such entity. For the one who is completely lost in the movement of the mind, which is always cyclical, time is very real. Everything is about time. Life is about time. Growth is about time. Death is about time. Rebirth is about time. Reincarnation is about time. Everything revolves around time. If you are stuck in a linear understanding of time, these ideas don't make any sense. Because we know existentially, death is just another word for life. When something dies, at that very moment, something else takes birth. Life moves cyclically. Now, why is it so important to understand time as a cycle and not a linear movement from the past to the future? If it is a linear movement, then you are trapped. There is no escape. It is a very simple concept, but unless you pay close attention and understand it, you will miss it altogether. Only because time is cyclical, you have a possibility of escape from the movement of time. Only because there is a possibility of returning to the source, there is discussion of liberation. If time is linear, then you can never get back to the source. Now, what is awakening? What are you awakening to? The ultimate purpose of life. To know who you are. To know the nature of your mind, the true nature of your mind, the true nature of your body. The part that has nothing to do with time. The part that sits outside of time and just watches everything. There is a part of you that has nothing to do with time. It doesn't age. It doesn't take birth. It doesn't grow. It doesn't die. It does not acquire diseases. It does not need replenishment. There is nothing that can damage it. There is no process of wear and tear. There is something that is not subjected to the effects of time. If time is linear, then the longer you live, the farther you are moving away from this timeless nature of yours. Hence, you have to retrace all your steps back, which is an impossibility. You have done so many things in unconsciousness, in your dream, in your forgetfulness. That's your entire life. How can you retrace everything? How can you unlearn everything? It is possible because time is cyclical. Only in feeling it is linear. In actuality, every day you go back to the exact same place from where you emerged. Day and night are cycles. Life is extraordinarily simple if you understand it as a cyclical movement between day and night. Each day is totally independent, disconnected, and separate from the previous day. If each day, each night is taken as one complete lifetime, then your forgetfulness is only one day old. That is why when you experience that moment of awakening, you are utterly surprised. Irrespective of how long it has taken for you to awaken to your true nature, it feels nothing. It feels like you just started your journey a few hours ago. It baffles you. That's when you realize there is one part of your mind that has been holding on to this illusionary linear movement of time, and it is holding on to it by using artificial ideas, numbers, days. Imagine if you belong to a culture where you remember time only within a day, but at the end of the day, you forget all about it. How would time be linear for you? You would wake up the next day and it would be a totally new day. Whether you have lived 30 years or 60 years or 90 years doesn't make any difference. The possibility of awakening is exactly the same because just a few hours ago, in your sleep, you were awake. Now you are asleep. The linear concept of time can make you believe that it takes great effort, in fact, unimaginable amount of effort to unlearn everything you have learned and liberate yourself. But if you understand time for what it is, a cycle, then you will see time is an ally. It's your friend. In your imagination, you can feel like you have gone very far away from the source. But in actuality, because time is cyclical, you are always coming back to it. That's what we experience as the cycle of day and night. You can look at it as cycles of different sizes. Each moment, your breath is one cycle. It's a perfect cycle, it's a circle. You breathe in, the movement is a curvature, and then it twists on the inside, and the cycle is completed on the outside. And at that moment, when the cycle is ending, it's giving birth to the new cycle. Breath in itself is a process of birth and death. Every breath you take, you are taking birth, you are dying. Inhalation represents movement through life. You are acquiring something. Something is being added to your body. If you pay close attention, the sensations of the body while inhaling and exhaling are very different. While inhaling, it is the process of getting something, acquiring something. It's happening throughout your body. Every cell in your body is breathing with you. When you exhale, there is a feeling of let go. That's why when you become really tensed, you hold your breath. You don't let go, because letting go also relaxes you. When you breathe deeply, when you exhale deeply, you're also relaxing deeply. You can look at this as a small cycle. Now, if you expand this cycle, you will get the cycle of day and night. If you expand this cycle further, you will get one whole year where all the seasons, all the patterns, which are happening within the realm of your mind, on the screen of your mind, on the screen of your consciousness, the patterns that have established themselves over a longer period of time. Because you have been asleep for such a long time, the patterns have had time to expand over a period of time. So, one whole year is a returning back to the exact same place. What is summer? When you experience summer and then you pass through other seasons, when you come back to summer, what is the most important thing that you experience, that you recognize as this is summer? Is it what you're seeing, what you're smelling, what you're tasting? What is the most important thing? It is the feeling of being in summer. Every season represents a feeling that is deeply connected to your state of mind. You feel a certain way in summer, you feel a certain way in winter. In a way, it is the changing mood of the landscape that you occupy. A bigger cycle when compared to the cycle of the day. Go a little further, you will get the cycle of one birth and death. Your entire life, when you die, you get back to the exact same place where you were born. Your birth and death coincide. That's why they are not two different points. Because we are holding on to a certain idea of life, death feels like something that is happening somewhere else. I was born here and I'm going to die there. In actuality, you die exactly where you were born because there is nowhere else to go. You have to return to the source. As long as you're playing the games using the body, you can hold on to all kinds of concepts. But when the body dissolves, there is nothing to hold on to. You cannot go anywhere but to return to the same source, exact same place. Because time is only real when you are stuck in the mind. When you're no longer in the mind, when you're no longer in the body, because time isn't real, you are always exactly where you're supposed to be. Your consciousness, your aliveness, your experience of being is no different when you were a child. It never changes.